Hello, you're tuning into Đồng Nai radio and television station, coming first with local news. By the end of June 2021, credit growth is estimated at 5.5% to 6% compared to the end of 2020. With this growth rate, a representative of the State Bank, SBV, said the credit growth target to use 12% by the end of this year will be achieved. The SBV will closely follow macroeconomic developments, domestic and international epidemics to direct credit growth to expand, focusing on lending to the production and business sectors, contributing to economic development. In fact, commercial banks are currently fixing credit flows into priority production and business areas. Specifically, from July the 1st, Agribank spends 15,000 billion VND and 300 million USD for individual and corporate customers to borrow capital for production and business, import and export at low interest rates from 1.7% per year with USD loans and 3.5% per year with VND loans. Agribank also offers many incentives on foreign currency exchange rates and reductions, free of charge for certificate of guarantee LC import and LC export. The program lasts until the end of June 2022 or until the program funds run out. At the same time, Agribank also implemented many other preferential credit programs with a scale of more than 170,000 billion VND for customers affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. Regarding operating policies in the coming time, leaders of the State Bank will continue to operate monetary policy proactively and flexibly in close coordination with fiscal policy and other macroeconomic policies to control inflation, maintaining macroeconomic and market stability, supporting a quick economic recovery. In particular, the SBV also assigned the Banking Association to mobilize the consensus of credit institutions to reduce interest rates to specific levels right this July. On July the 12th, the delegation of the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development of Đồng Nai Province organized gift-giving visit to support people of Thống Nhất District at the blockade and medical quarantine locations because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Representatives of the department have awarded Leadership Committee of the Fatherland Front Vietnam in Thống Nhất District 250 gifts with a total value of over 100 million VND, of which each gift worth 400,000 VND, including necessities such as rice, noodles, sugar, salt, cooking oil, and etc. The gifts were gathered at the headquarters of the Committee of the Fatherland Front of Vietnam in Thống Nhất District to reasonable distribution to households with special difficult circumstances in 5 communes being blocked in the district include Gia Tân 1, 2, 3, Gia Kiệt and Quang Trung communes. This is an activity of the support group for disease prevention of the Department of Agricultural and Rural Development of the province. With the program, Đồng Nai Agriculture unites and shares to prevent and control the COVID-19 pandemic. On July the 12th, many countries around the world expressed solidarity with the government and people of Cuba after demonstrations in some localities a day earlier and called for the lifting of the embargo of America to Cuba. Bolivian President Luis Arce said the problem in Cuba must be resolved by the Cuban without any interference, especially from those who maintained the embargo 60 years ago. Mexican President López Obrador rejected the policy of meddling in the situation in Cuba and called for an end to the economic embargo against Cuba. In Russia, Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova said Moscow opposed any form of outside interference in the internal affairs of the sovereign state. Earlier, Cuban President Miguel Diaz-Canel accused the U.S. of pursuing a policy of economic strangulation to incite social unrest, where unprecedented anti-government protests broke out on July the 11th. In response, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki claimed the protest was spontaneous. At least 24 people died and another 10 were injured after a public transportation bus plunged into a ravine more than 100 meters deep in the southern Bolivian department of Chuquisaca, police and medical workers said on Monday. According to Bolivian National Transport Director Juan Carlos Espinosa, preliminary investigations indicate that the cause of the crash was apparently due to human error. Bolivian authorities did not rule out the possibility of more deaths because there were still some bodies trapped under the car. Firefighters and police are still working at the scene. That's all for the news today. Thank you for joining us and goodbye.